love the quiet. I do love being in nature. I do enjoy being outside. I do enjoy just having that silence. Just being surrounded by the natural things in life. It's funny to me that I just have some of the worst allergies known to man. There's just always such a peace about being with the trees. You gotta really realize that this is what, in a way, this is what our ancestors were doing. You know, they were just with the trees. And that goes for everybody. At one point or another, we were just vibing with the trees, quite literally. And in a way, our entertainment used to be just watching the sunrise. There's just so much beauty on earth that I feel like people constantly overlook it. People think that money is the happiness, money is the key, but that's just not true. I know there's probably a lot of problems that would be solved by having money, but the eternal conflicts that you deal with on a constant basis by yourself, that will not get solved with money. Money can only change the outside life for you, the materialistic things for you, but it will never help you change how you feel inside. You know, I don't know why people can't enjoy being in quiet places. It's funny sometimes when my friends ask me, why did I pick my university? Why didn't I come to their local university? More city-like, more parties, more stuff going on. But it's just something about the quiet. It's just something about the silence. It's just something about hearing the birds chirp. It's just something about hearing a mysterious sound. There's always a mysterious sound somewhere. There's always some type of mysterious bird, I don't know. But really the most important thing is just being able to just hear your thoughts out loud. The most important thing about just being in a quiet place is that your mind can be set still. Your mind can be as loud as it wants to be. It doesn't have any other thing going on. There's not 1,000 voices talking at once, so it's just you alone with the world. Today, this is really kind of a personal journal for myself. It's just, number one, it's just finally, it's good to be out here. You know, it's Thanksgiving time and stuff, and I know holiday season coming up. It's time to always be around your family, but you gotta learn how to treasure your alone time. You see, me, I'm a type of person where I can be one of the biggest extroverts. I can be the life of the party. I can make sure that everybody's enjoying themselves. I can have conversations flowing with just anybody who walks into a room. But the only downside of it is, at the end of the day, really, I'm an introvert. I need a moment every once in a while for myself to just recharge and be alone. Be alone with my thoughts. Let me self-reflect. The thing is that everybody needs some time alone. Everybody needs just a moment to just reflect. Everybody just needs a moment to just talk to themselves. Because you matter too. And just like how you have talks with your friends, you gotta have talks with yourself. Talk about your goals, your milestones. Keep yourself accountable. But it's just recently, for I would say like a week and a half, I've not been praying. And this is not to get into a highly religious video or this or that, but you know, praying for me is, in a sense, that alone time. Praying for me, in a sense, is equivalent to what other people would call meditation. That's why I don't fault anybody for how they want to do their meditation or prayers. As long as you're just having that moment to yourself to just deeply inhale and just clear your mind and just let your thoughts speak. I think that's a good enough exercise. For a week and a half, I've not been praying, and more importantly, I've just not had time to myself. I've just not had time to talk to myself. I've just not had time to really check in with myself. And you know, I thought I was doing okay. I thought I was doing fine, but you know, recently, yesterday, it really just showed up that it's just, in a sense, all my old habits were coming back. My old thinking patterns, my old mindset was starting to slowly creep back into my life. In a sense, for me, praying is quite literally my medicine. Having that moment alone, having that time to talk to my soul, talk to God, that is literally the moment where I feel like I'm healing myself. You know how when you're sick, like you get a sore throat or strep and you go to grocery store to get some type of medicine, and they'll give you something that you have to like drink or something, and they'll say make sure you drink it for 7 days, don't stop. And then obviously you drink it for like 3 or 4, and then you start to feel better, so you're like, I don't really need the rest. And then I mean, usually this case doesn't happen where the sickness will come back, but in my case, the sickness was slowly starting to come back. Just my polluted mindset, the toxicity, the emotional poison that I had within myself was starting to slowly creep back in. It was so much to the point, in fact, that I had to temporarily get off social media. I know somebody's like, how you get off social media if you about to post it on YouTube? YouTube is social media, but the thing is that for my channel that I upload, obviously the Glacier, I don't subscribe to any YouTube channels because I want that account to be very organized. I don't want it to have no distractions on it. So anytime I am even on Glacier, it's just to upload. But back to what I was saying though, I got off social media and I got off everything. You know, turned off my phone. I'm back in my hometown, and you know, all my friends want to see me. I made all these plans and I made all these promises, and I want to be a man of my word and always, you know, fulfill everything that I said. Everything that comes out of my mouth, I want to fulfill. So it's like I want to be able to see everybody, talk to everybody, but by making all of these promises, you know, I never really found time for myself. The thing with me is that I have this people pleasing trait where, you know, I just don't want somebody to feel disappointed in something that I say to them. And it's like, I can understand, speaking from, you know, a perspective of wanting to see somebody and then just being denied so many times that it's like you just don't even ask no more. And I never want to get to that point with anybody, and with any of my relationships, where it's like I'm constantly saying no to the point where it's like they just always exclude me because they just feel like they already know what my answer is gonna be. I like having the option on if I should accept or reject. And most of the time, I'm usually gonna accept because, you know, I do wanna see my friends and this and that. But, you know, sometimes the bad thing is that it can become consuming. I do believe in the saying that you are who you hang around. And in a sense, it's like I'm kind of growing into my own person. I'm kind of separating into my own branch. I've noticed that, you know, for many years of my life, I would say God has kept me isolated. He's, in a way, always found a way to make me be out of a comfortable environment, if that makes sense. I've always, in a sense, had to grow or adapt to a new surrounding in a changed setting. I'm sorry, it just feels so good to be out here. It's cold. It's really cold. I'm not sure if you guys can see my breath, but it's really cold out here. I think it's like 20 something degrees outside right now, but the fact that I'm able to just be alone right now it feels warm in my heart. The reason I'm making this video today, really, I don't want to just seem like I'm ranting, but you have to learn to have that alone time with yourself. I think what was so fundamental and was so effective for my personal growth within these last, you know, 1 to 2 years was when I went off to college, was really just having that isolation period, really having that time to myself, that time alone. The thing is that I went pretty far from home, and I did that on purpose because I enjoy my peace. I'm still a teenager. I'm not gonna be like I don't like going to parties, because I love going to parties, but at a constant frequency where it's like every weekend though, I feel like an old man. But like I'd rather just chill with a few close friends than just go out to a party. That just seems like so much work, so much energy, you know, so much time wasted and spent on things that shouldn't really take up your time. And even since I started even reading about time managing skills and just learning about how important your time is, you know, doing certain activities like playing video games or even going to parties don't even interest me anymore, because it's like your time is not being compounded from that. From playing 2 hours of 2K, you are not taking any steps closer towards your goal, unless your goal is obviously related some way, somehow with 2K. the thing that's always been consistent with me, I can guarantee you, that everything that I do, I want to at least be working towards a goal in some way, shape, or form. I think working towards a goal, working towards something, has always given me strength, has always given me that push to get out of bed sometimes. And I can tell the days that I don't do nothing, the days that I'm slacking, it's because I feel like I don't have no ambition for anything that I'm doing. But I kind of just set the focus of this video, and it kind of went off topic, but you gotta learn to protect your alone time. You gotta have that alone time for yourself. You gotta talk to yourself. I got a big family, and I'm not gonna say we live in a small house, but obviously for a big family, it's a small house. And so it's like there's never really that own personal room that I can go to. When I was younger, before we moved into the house that we're in now, I didn't have my own room, but there was like this closet area in which I would go into, and I would just play with my toys and my Legos for hours upon hours. And then I can come back and then, you know, hang out with my siblings and stuff. But just I just need that moment to myself. I just need that alone time. And I just feel like since I stopped praying, I never was making out any alone time for myself. And I'm gonna be honest, it was hurting my mental health. It was. I just don't understand how, I don't think you guys understand just how, like, I really feel like I'm just healing right now. Just by just being outside. Just, there's nobody here. Waking up early is one of the greatest things I love to do, because waking up early separates the greats. When you just wake up early, everybody still asleep. That's when nature wakes up. And I can just have this time to myself, this quiet, this peace. I just love having this peace. So to wrap it up, find your sanctum. Find a place where you can go on a walk if you have to. Wake up early and go on a walk. Try to catch the sunrise and just talk to yourself. People are gonna say you're crazy, but who cares what people have to say if you're taking care of yourself? Just find a way to just have time alone with yourself. Find time to just be able to just connect with yourself. I would suggest praying or meditating, but just closing your eyes, deep breaths, and just feel good about life. Just feel good, you know? Because that's the biggest sin, to take God's life that He's given to you for granted. You gotta live every day to your best. Enjoy every day. That's what God would want for you. That was God's plan. That was God's vision. Yeah, the sun hitting me different now. My bad. But at the end of the day, I ain't a preacher. I'm just a guy talking.